Today's morning news wrap. I'm Siddharth Gulati and I'm going to bring you all the latest updates that made the headlines on different newspapers and on various digital platforms. So as always, as it has been our usual drill, let's just begin with some cricket news. And it's not really been a good morning for the Indian cricket fans here because India are actually in tatters in the third test against Australia at the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Well, at the time of beginning of this live, India are 48 for 4 in response to Australia's 445 in their first innings after the hosts were asked to bat first by Rohit Sharma. Well, in case of India's batting, Yashasvi Jaiswal failed to get going. So was the case with Shubman Gill. But then the biggest disappointment came from Virat Kohli. Well, he once again failed to live up to his reputation. And as has been the case, with this consistency, well, it has really been missing. He hasn't really got those big scores. And once again, he was chasing a ball outside off stump. And then once again, it led to his dismissal. So India are currently in a big spot of bother and all eyes are currently on KL Rahul, who has once again looked the most assured Indian batter, and Indian skipper Rohit Sharma, who has once again come out to bat at number 6. There has been a lot of start and stop in the Gabba test because of rain, and now the play once again is going to resume at 11:15 a.m. IST. Tea has already been taken. Well, moving to more cricket news here, when New Zealand are currently in pole position in the third and final test against England at Seddon Park, Hamilton. Well, at the time of beginning of this live, New Zealand currently lead by 626 runs with 2 more days of play remaining. England currently have an injury fear in their skipper Ben Stokes, who has once again done something wrong to his hamstring. And New Zealand, as far as how their lead has progressed in this match, well, it's all courtesy Kane Williamson's 150 odd that he has gotten in the second innings that has put them on top in the third test. Well, this is basically going to be the final test for Tim Southee because he's going to retire from test cricket after this game. And New Zealand, as far as their WTC positioning stands, well, they are currently eliminated from the competition. They won't be able to make it to the final stage. Well, moving to more cricket news, here's some good cricket news for Indian fans because the Indian women's cricket team, they defeated West Indies in the first T20I of the 3-match series at Navi Mumbai. Well, batting first, India scored a healthy total of 190 odd courtesy 50s from Jemima Rodriguez and Smriti Mandhana. But then in response, the West Indies batters, they failed to get the partnerships going, and that's where they were restricted to about 150 odd in their innings. When in case of Deandra Doughton, well, she did get to a 50, but then it wasn't really going to be enough for West Indies. Now the second T20I is going to take place on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, and that's going to be the final chance for West Indies to drag the series to a possible decider, while India would really look to continue their momentum and at the very same time take an unassailable lead in the 2-match series. In the 3-match series for that matter. Well, moving to more cricket news here, well, Bangladesh have defeated West Indies in the first T20I of the 3-match series. Bangladesh, they batted first and scored 147, courtesy, some decent contributions from their batters. But then in response, West Indies were going very well with their skipper Rovman Powell scoring a blistering 60. But then at the end, Bangladesh bowlers, they held their nerve and they made sure that they got their team past the finishing line and won the game by 7 runs. Well, it was Mahedi Hassan, the off spinner, who took a 4-wicket haul. And now the second T20I is going to take place on Tuesday. Final chance for West Indies to drag the series to the decider. Well, Shakib Al Hasan, well, there's one more latest update as far as, a ban on his bowling action is concerned. Well, currently, the first update was that he wouldn't really be allowed to bowl in the ECB competitions. But now, his ban has extended to the domestic and international competitions outside of the competitions that would be organized by England and Wales Cricket Board. A source from the Bangladesh Cricket Board has confirmed this thing about Shakib Al Hasan. He's now going to undergo a test, and let's see how things progress as far as his bowling action is concerned. Currently it is being deemed illegal, and if it's not really cleared in time, then Bangladesh might find it difficult in the Champions Trophy, because if they're not really able to use Shakib the bowler, then it's actually going to impact their chances on the low and slow pitches of Pakistan. Well, now let's just see what the newspapers really have to say. Well, obviously the chess mania is going around a lot, and Gukesh has once again commented. He said that as a chess fan, he would really love it if Magnus Carlsen makes his return, and he would really want to face him. He said that the youngest world champion Gukesh, he hopes to get to face the Norwegian 5-time world champion, and that too in a title clash. Big dreams from Gukesh. Once again, there's obviously something more about the women's cricket that we have discussed, India versus West Indies. Then Bruno, he scored a late goal as Manchester United, they sealed a derby victory. And then there's a bit about the Women's Premier League auction, also the mini auction. We did a proper live on that. You can check out the video of it. There's Simran Sheikh, Deandra Doughton. They have been the top buys in the WPL mini auction. Well, 4 of the top 5 buys in the WPL mini auction were uncapped Indians, and no capped Indian player was picked in the auction. Sneh Rana turned out to be the major disappointment. Well, she wasn't really picked by any of the franchise. She's a capped Indian player. But overall, it was Simran Sheikh, G. Kamlani, Prema Rawat and N. Charani who turned out to be the top 4 of the most expensive buys out of the first 5. Well, the Indian women's team, the hockey team, they have retained their Asia Cup hockey title there. They overcame 3-time champions China 3-2 in a match to clinch their 2nd successive Women's Junior Asia Cup hockey title. So that's about it as far as the morning wrap is concerned. Stay tuned to Sports Today as we'll bring you all the latest updates and analysis from the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Pawan, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.